Everything indicates Chinese ship damaged Baltic pipeline on purpose, Finland says.
Here's a summary of the article.
Brussels, as the investigation into damage to Baltic Sea critical infrastructure continues, Finland's Minister of European Affairs Anders Adlercreutz said it's hard to believe sabotage to the undersea gas pipeline was accidental, or that it happened without Beijing's knowledge. Finland and Estonia have been investigating the rupture of the Balticonnector, a 77-kilometre-long gas pipeline that connects the two NATO members beneath the Baltic Sea. The pipeline was damaged around October 7–8, along with two telecoms cables connecting Estonia to Finland and Sweden. An investigation by Finnish authorities identified as the main suspect Chinese container ship Nunu Polar Bear, which is believed to have dragged its anchor across the Baltic Sea seabed, cutting through the cables and gas lines. Finland and Estonia have since been in touch with Chinese authorities seeking their cooperation with the investigation. The Baltic Times reported earlier this week that the two European countries have asked to send representatives to Beijing to investigate the vessel, which is currently en route to a Chinese port. Coming more than a year after the Nord Stream gas pipelines connecting Russia to Germany were damaged by several explosions, the Balticonnector incident raises more concerns over the safety of undersea critical infrastructure and possible measures to protect them from external sabotage.
This post received a score of 9,400, with an upvote ratio of 95%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
The ship dragged its anchor for 180 kilometers. Is that like driving with your parking brake on?
It's funny because that ship even proceeded to sever the Russian cable right after that. Russian firm says Baltic Telecom's cable was severed as Chinese ship passed over. I wonder if the Chinese captain just didn't give a shit. OP's article suggests as much.
Any bets the captain was hammered and not paying any attention to what they were doing? Exxon comes to mind.
Joseph Hazelwood was cleared of being drunk at the time.
So, it's just incompetent, not really a win. To be fair, the info online is this. Parker, chairman of the Alaskan Oil Spill Commission, AOSC. 2 days after the grounding of the Exxon Valdez, the National Transportation Safety Board reported that the captain of the Exxon Valdez was legally drunk when he was tested some 10 hours after the incident. There is also come that state the opposite, but there is a lot of contradictory info out there.
Well, they found Exxon was not using a radar system that could have prevented the accident because it was too costly to repair. And Exxon didn't allow the crew enough rest time, so there was only one person on the bridge. Captain is still responsible, but the drunk thing was Exxon trying to shift the blame.
And it was a single-walled tanker. They are all double-walled now.
No cardboard. No cardboard derivatives.
New Polar Bear. They name their ships like I name my files.
File.old file new.old file. This is old.new file. I need tomorrow.old file. I need tomorrow.old.back.ref2. For real, my brain is broken.
New file, 1_old, 2:0.
Start placing restrictions on Chinese shipping in sensitive areas. Pilots on board at all times in the Baltic and English Channel areas.
If you want to make China cry, enforce the sovereign shipping lanes in Northwest Passage instead of treating it like international waters.
I think it would be more entertaining to build an artificial island there and call it U.S. territory out of spite, e.g., Freedom Eagle guitar shredding guns blazing beer keg commies suck island, but that would be a waste of money. The reality would probably be something like Roosevelt Island. Edit, to be clear, I'd only suggest an artificial island because China kind of has a reputation for building fake islands with military bases on them. Edit 2, in fairness to our Canadian neighbours who might object to a fake island on their North Waters, I also recommend the equally absurd name of Freedom Liberty Eagle Maple Syrup Celine Dion Royal Mounties Seal Team 6 Johnny Cash Canadian Geese and whichever Drakes are the least creepy island.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.